Curtly knowing what he has to do. And Curtly is running in a bit more now and putting a lot more effort into those deliveries. That wasn't a particularly short ball. Perhaps he could pitch a bit closer to the batsman, but that wasn't very short.
Just emphasizing the slow nature of the pitch. It took an hour to get to Juni Murray.
Seems to be some sort of discussion going on there as well, but we haven't seen too many of this sort of delivery, and as we've said, that just shows you how slow the wicket is. And they're exchanging a few words out there, batsman and bowler. It's just shows you how serious these two are. What if Stephen said, well bowled?
And as we predicted, AB, it's got him fired up.
Well, it certainly brought the test match to life. I don't know whether the viewers can hear the crowd, but they're certainly loving this confrontation, and I must admit I'm enjoying this from 150 yards as well.
Umpire David Shepherd has signalled there that's the second ball over the level of the shoulder, so Steve Waugh will know that he can't deliver another one like that.
It's a very famous stare, that, Tony. I've seen that many occasions.
And that's the end of an over which will be written about in all the papers tomorrow and will be discussed for many years to come by those who have watched it. 3 for 32. So now, back to Ambrose v. Waugh, Foreman v. Tyson. In his last over, there was that confrontation between the two of them. There's Richardson coming up very quickly. And really having to pull his fastball out of it.
Oh, I've never seen that before, Tony, in all the matches I've seen or played in West Indies versus Australia. So nice and fiery out there, and don't we just love it?
Just a single here for Waugh. Of course, there was the incident in Brisbane when the West Indies were there, 92-93, when a decision against Mark Taylor very early on in the first test was given not out by the umpire. And Richardson did have to come down and usher Ambrose back to his...
It's only just out of reach of Stuart Williams. Ambrose comes down again, smiling, which is a variation on an established theme for him.
Well, I think Ambrose is smiling because he's happy with the way he's bowling. He certainly is bowling very well. Look at that delivery. The ball hitting the seam and deviating off the seam.
This time inside it. Normally it's Courtney Walsh's eyes that do the talking. But Ambrose's eyes are doing plenty of talking today as well.
Look at this ball here from Curtly Ambrose. It bounces very well, passes pretty close to the head of Steve Waugh, but by the time it gets to the wicket-keeper, it's on its way down again. Not a great deal of pace, but it still managed to pass it pretty close to the batsman's head.
In behind that for one unsettling moment. I think he was unsure where it was.
Luckily for Steve Waugh, he had everything behind it. The ball came back down, a bit of backspin because he didn't really force it away from himself off the bat, but when it came down, it hit into his pads.
It's through him.
few more words being passed, but I think those words were much better words passed. I think Steve Waugh said to Curtly Ambrose, they are well bowled. A more curt response to the Curtly Ambrose.
Unguarded territory at the moment, attacking as relentlessly as they can afford to. At 5 for 68.